You can give us a very abbreviated warm-up and an idea of what an actual workout on the kettlebell is like, because I know it's a wonderful, wonderful workout.
It's my favorite. And this time I'm going to cheat a little bit because Gould is a trainer too, and he'll know if I mess up. So
Don't tell her.
So one of the things I like to say is that I love kettlebells because it really is a comprehensive workout. And because I like to do what I call short, intense workouts, we want to make sure we get everything in there. So kettlebells does cardio, it does strength training, flexibility training, rhythm, timing, coordination, 13 different components all at once. So it really is my favorite. So we're going to start with a warm-up that mimics the workout we're going to do. So we're going to start with what I like to call the kettlebell rock. So you're going to pivot back and forth on your feet about 5 times. And this is an abbreviated warm-up just because we're doing a demonstration. And then we're going to go right into the running man. So nice and low, you're going to get into a running position, total body, and 5,
That looks good.
4, 3, 2,
so well.
and switch sides.
He does.
4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And Gould has already taken us into the 2-hand running man, so let's do that again. Total body and nice big movements. 4, 3, 2, 1, and other side. 4, 5, 4, nice and low. 2, 1, good. Now lots of people, and I include Gould and myself in that, have issues with their lower back, and that can be a real problem, especially if you sit all the time or travel all the time. So I like to pay special attention to the back. We're going to do helicopter twists with bent elbows, and make sure the hips don't move. Really think about your low back when you do this, and twist your upper body from side to side, and the head follows the body. 3, 2, and to get a little more intensity, we're going to extend the arms for a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're going to concentrate on the low body with some squats. Ready? Open up the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then squat to dunk for 5. Come way up on the toes. 3, 2, 1.
Looks like an exercise for basketball players.
It is,
It
right?
is.
That's actually a basketball move, right?
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
going to go right into the kettlebell movement, and we're going to start with that 2-hand running man, right? So let's start with 2 hands, nice long movements, nice way up high. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and switch sides. And you can see it's a total body workout. We're moving almost every single part of the body. 4 and 5, and for a little more intensity, we're going to use 1 hand only. Elbow to opposite knee, big movements. 5, 4, nice and low this time. 3, there we go. 2, these movements are all supposed to be pretty, right?
You know, there's
So
a
we're gonna
real
switch.
art to doing exercise like this and looking good
And
at
look
it.
as good as he does, right?
Looking good.
Here we go.
And
Here we
this
go.
looks like
For
it's good for
5,
the lats.
4, exactly.
Yeah.
Total
Looks like
body.
for the lats,
3,
yeah.
2, and 1. And now we're going to get the obliques in there with some twists. So 2-hand hold the bell, and we're going to pivot and push from the core. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to go back to that squat to slam dunk. 2 hands, and come up on the toes. 1. Now this is a baby weight, so depending on where you are, we would start with the small weight or the bigger weight. 4 and 5, and then the last movement will be the punch to chamber, right? So this is a nice, good core workout, and sneaks the lower body in there. 2, and Gould is a trainer, and one thing I want to
It's coming
say,
through.
and switch sides, is that it's really important. Gould is my trainer, as a matter of fact. As a trainer, it's really important sometimes to have a trainer, especially if you're coming back like from an injury like I am, because it helps you make sure you don't re-injure yourself, and it helps refine your movement. And that's the kettlebell demo
that's
for today. Thank you. Thank you, Gould.
Right.
Looking good,
Yeah.
Chris.
Good. Looking good.
Oh, that's wonderful. No, Chris, if you're not too winded, are you? You'll get your mic on.
No, not at all.
Show
Nice
off.
cardio.
Very good cardio. Tracy's a
Oh,
wonderful
yeah. Now, you have
fitness
your own
expert.
fitness business, yes?
Yes, CG philosophy, the cerebral approach to fitness.
Exercise with your brain, not just your muscles.
You just said it. You just said it. If you incur an injury during exercise, you've actually defeated the purpose. So I teach basic movement principles that will enable you to engage in exercise and everyday activities injury-free.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're going to have to come back on the show so we have an opportunity to talk to you more about your business. Where are you located?
I'm all over, actually. I'm an independent trainer, so I render my service all over Manhattan. It just depends on logistically what's best for my clients.
And the workout is usually, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, it's
2
usually an
hours?
hour at a time.
Are you very expensive? Don't answer that. You know, this is which is another interesting point that I want to discuss. Well, we're not going to necessarily discuss tonight, but a lot of people who start their own business, one of the problems they have is they don't know how to charge.
That's right. That's right.
And this is always an issue because you can either underprice yourself, and then it's very difficult to raise your price, or you can price yourself out of the market.
That's right.
And especially if you don't have much experience when you're first starting out. And my feeling is that sometimes it's better to give your service away than to not charge the right price
But what we
and get a feel.
What we encourage our clients is to really study and understand the competition. Because you can not only for price rise, but to see what they're getting for that price. So what's in the bag when you walk out of the store. So before we tell a client, to go to a price point, say, okay, now let's say it's a trust and estate attorney. Let's look at the market. And we survey the market and we see what other attorneys in that practice area, the same size of a firm, because a firm with 1,000 attorneys is going to charge much different than a single practitioner or a 2 or 3 person firm. So understanding competition is not only understanding the type of work done or the type of training that's done, but the size of the competition and the target market of the competition.
Yeah, well, as an attorney, and I'm in private practice.
Right.
I have my own firm, and I have found that I can't necessarily look at the competition because, I mean, the thing that will get business, which you'll start learning and developing yourself, is that it's not so much that, I mean, everybody can interpret a law, so to speak, or do an exercise. It's how you do it and how you develop your relationship with your clients that will make the difference with what you can charge. And that's how I base my fee. I put blinders on where other lawyers are concerned with what they're doing because I'm thinking, I'm coming with experiences that another attorney hasn't had. I can offer a service that perhaps another attorney can't offer, and I'm going to charge according to what I think I'm worth. And
if it works,
yeah,
if
you
it
know,
works,
they don't have to sign my letter of engagement and give me the retainer check.
That's right.
So-
Exactly. Yeah.
But Tracy, let's get back to you. Let's just do a quick review of everything that we have covered, because we have done a lot.
We've done a lot, and I didn't realize it until you asked me. Because the visits are about a month or 6 weeks apart each time. So I leave with an assignment, so I hadn't done a lot of reflection. So the budget, which was the thing that almost did me in, right?
Sorry about that.
It was also the big eye-opener. And the thing is that I had done many budgets before, but this was different. It was my own business. I wasn't working for somebody, and so the emotional investment was very different. I chose a name for the company. I've purchased a domain name. You'll have to help me with some of the other things I've done. I've taken my QuickBooks course. I'm about to purchase QuickBooks.
We reviewed the different forms of entities.
That's
business.
right. I chose the sort of entity. That was the other big thing. That was the one that really had me stuck. I didn't know what I wanted to be. So those are the big milestones.
Well, I think we did decide that you were going to be a limited liability company.
That's right.
And that you were going to get an application, you were going to file that for the name.
Right.
And what I am happy to present to you tonight is your articles of organization, which you will fill out
Okay.
for becoming a limited liability company.
Great.
Then you will apply for a tax identification number
Okay.
so that you can open a bank account
Okay.
in the name of your company. And then I also have for you a sample of a Schedule C, which is the form that you will file for your tax return. And one of the things, this is helpful in that it gives you an idea, too, of the chart of accounts
Okay.
for expenses. I mean, you're probably going to have one source of income, which will be your fees for your service. But for expenses, whether or not you're going to do advertising and whether or not you're going to need other professional services, an accountant, you'll have travel expenses,
Right.
auto insurance,
Certain
other
equipment
kinds of,
expenses,
absolutely,
yeah.
everything that's on that budget.
Perfect.
So these are the papers, and I'm going to have you take a look at them, and then we will review them, and you'll be ready to go. So
Thank
I'm
you.
happy with a paperclip to present them
The gold
to you.
paperclip.
Gold paper
Gold
clip.
paperclip. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Now, the thing that we had to though decide, I know that you have sent off, or you will be sending off the registration
Right.
to reserve your name, and it's best to do that rather than to do a search on the name because nothing is private on the internet.
I learned that the hard way with the very first name I chose. My way of finding out whether someone had the name was to do a search on the internet, and no one had it. And then I waited to purchase it, the
And it was
domain
gone.
name, and it was gone.
Well,
Right.
this is these are the experiences that you learn and the lessons you learn in business.
Right.
So I just am so delighted, and we're just about closing in on time. So thank you so much for all of you for coming.
you. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Coming. It's just been so informative, and just to find out that you're an author as well as a consultant is really nice to know.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, and I also want to thank Ed, our caterer, and our director. He made some delicious chocolate-filled cookies for us this evening for directing the show, and of course, in the control room, Blade, he's wonderful. Thank you, Blade. And Maria of Face Art Organics, she's been a guest on the show, is also helping us tonight in the control room. And of course, our special thanks to Rich of Manhattan Neighborhood Network for making this show possible. Thank you, Rich. Just before we close, what I'd like to know, though, from you, Tracy, and then if you have any other thoughts that you'd like to jump in with, tell us that what is it that you found you needed, or what has been important for you for going through this process?
The most important thing has been you, actually. It has been so important.
Oh, let's go on.
I'm just sucking up. It has been so
You're
important
making me
to have
lose my
some
lawyerly persona.
to have a guide holding my hand as I walked through this, and to answer questions that I thought I could find the answers to it, but I couldn't. And when I thought I did, I wasn't sure, has been invaluable. It's been invaluable to have someone to bounce answers off and who's telling me the truth.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That has really been a pleasure for me as well. So for all of you out there, it is possible to start your business. We're doing it for you on the show.